Peter called the Spirit the hidden man of the heart. The external man has to be brought into conformity with the Spirit within me. James in his letter would put it like this: if you look into a mirror and believe all that you are, and then when you turn away and there are no corresponding actions to your believing, then you are in deception. You cannot, on the one hand, confess that you are a new creation and at the same time act like old Adam. The external man has to be changed. The heart of man has to be changed. David in Psalm 51 says, "Create in me a clean heart and put a steadfast spirit within me." Now, David was talking about two different things. In Ezekiel 36 we read, "I will give you a new heart and a new spirit I will put within you." And in his letter to the Galatians chapter 5, Paul gives us the results of a life of the fruit of self-indulgence and the fruit of the Spirit. And the fruit always tells you the source, where it comes from. We have this new spiritual life, and this treasure is in earthenware vessels. The seed of the new spiritual life within has to grow and develop. Otherwise, it only remains a seed. Now, you cannot pick fruit from a seed. You can only pick fruit from a developed tree. And a developed tree has grown, has matured, and what is on the outside is a reflection of what started on the inside. So, the old nature of the earthenware vessel, like the alabaster jar, has to be broken and cast off in order for the scent of the new life within to come forth and to affect the environment around us. Now, here is a very interesting prophecy from Jeremiah 48:11, where it says that Moab has been at ease from his youth. He has settled on his lees, never having been poured from vessel to vessel. Neither has he gone into captivity. He has kept his own flavour. His aroma has never changed. Now, here is what that is saying. I started off by saying Moab has been at ease from his youth. Now, if you remember David, he was at ease in Jerusalem when he should have been out in the battlefront. It means that even though he was anointed with the Spirit, he was spiritually asleep. At that time, David's spirit was not upright, and it caused him to sin. Moab, on the other hand, has never been spiritually awake. He has never had a change of nature. And then it goes on to say, he has settled on his lees, having never been poured from vessel to vessel. Now, to settle on your lees means you have never ever changed your old nature. Now, the practice of pouring wine from one vessel into another was to clarify it and to improve its flavour. Otherwise, it would retain its original bitterness. But, you see, on the other hand, those of the Spirit, they are changed from glory to glory, as Paul says in 2 Corinthians 3:18. Or as it says in 2 Corinthians 4:16, our inner man is being renewed day by day, as the outer man, that is, the old nature, is falling into decay. Then we read about Moab. It says that neither has he gone into captivity. In other words, he has never had his whole sinful nature taken from him. He has insulated himself from the spiritual life. He has continued in that same old state. But those of the Spirit have a different aroma and a different scent. As 2 Corinthians 2:15-16 puts it, where it says, "For we are the aroma of Christ to God, among those who are being saved and among those who are perishing. To the one, a fragrance of death leading to death. To another, the fragrance of life that leads to life." Now, I remember another priest once saying that to go on holiday with my brother Kieran would be like going on retreat. See, people of the Spirit only want to talk about spiritual things, and people of the world only want to talk about worldly things. In the age we're living in, there can be no sitting on the fence. You are either with the Lord or you are not. So what kind of scent are you giving off? Now, only you can answer that. New wine can only be put into new wineskins.